they've reached a point where they've gone to an extreme that it's starting to impact people in California to the extent that California, rather than a state with a growing population, is now projected by 2060 to lose almost 5% of its population. People are getting out of California as fast as they can. But I also like to point out something else. And California is noted for a number of things, one of which, unfortunately, is smog. And even though over the last couple of decades, the United States has decreased its production of air pollution by some measures, the 6 criteria gases tracked by the EPA by 86%. Pollutants from China has caused a 65% increase in western ozone, or smog. One study shows that 29% of the particulates in smog over San Francisco come directly from China's coal plants. And I think another one showed about 25% of all of the particulate matter over the state of California comes from China coal plants. China produces 27% of the world's greenhouse gases, more than any other country in the world. They're building 6 times more coal-fired plants than any other country. They're planning more than 300 coal plants in places as widely spread as from Turkey, Vietnam, Indonesia, Bangladesh, Egypt, Philippines. My point here is, and I find this interesting, that they want to abandon fossil fuel, hydrocarbons, as rapidly as they can. They want to get rid of the internal combustion engine, but to make themselves more reliant on China, which will build more coal-fired plants to build the components, the batteries, the other things that they need for electric vehicles, which will add more pollution in the air over California. I just find that interesting. In addition to the fact that, as my friend and colleague from Texas pointed out, this is a direct assault on people's freedom. As you pointed out, I drive a pickup truck and I pull a trailer. I have some timberland that I enjoy working on, and there's no way an electric, an EV pickup could pull my trailer and my Kawasaki mule or the tractor that we use up there. I wouldn't make it 50 miles probably. And if California wants to go all electric, as far as I'm concerned, they can knock themselves out as long as the moving trucks are not EVs, because I'm afraid if they're all EVs, people couldn't get out. I yield back.
Will the gentleman yield, Mr. Palmer?
The
gentleman yield?
I'd be glad to yield to the gentleman from Indiana.
Thank you. I want to go off something Mr. Pfluger said. I went out and went shopping for cars 3 weeks ago, and we can talk about all the numbers we hear about.
Good morning, friends. I have major news to inform you about. The Biden administration is taking huge action to assist millions of Americans. President Biden is now implementing new laws to help lower costs for Medicare and other monthly expenses. Officials say households could see a significant amount in savings. My friends, please make sure that you watch until the end of this video to hear about all of the new details. Also, this coming Friday, I will be announcing several winners for the Walmart gift card giveaway. If you would like to enter these weekly giveaway, friends, all you have to do is click and like several of my videos, and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you comment on, friends, the greater your chances of winning these giveaways. The Biden administration is set to announce the initial prescriptions singled out by the United States government for price negotiations, marking a crucial stride in their efforts to reduce Medicare expenses. This announcement represents a significant move in accordance with the Inflation Reduction Act, a legislation endorsed by Biden the previous year. The legislation mandates the federal government to engage in direct negotiations with pharmaceutical companies for the first time ever regarding the pricing of certain high-cost prescriptions covered by Medicare. This process has encountered legal opposition from prescription manufacturers and sharp criticism from Republican members of Congress. It also holds a central position in Biden's re-election campaign. as he seeks a second term by highlighting his endeavors to alleviate financial burdens on Americans. Subsequent to this announcement, President Biden is scheduled to deliver a healthcare cost-related speech from the White House, accompanied by Vice President Harris. As per the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, over 52 million individuals age 65 or above, or those dealing with severe disabilities or illnesses, benefit from prescription coverage via Medicare's Part D program. Research conducted by the Commonwealth Fund, it is an organization focused on healthcare matters, reveals that around 9% of Medicare beneficiaries age 65 and above indicated in 2021 that they had refrained from filling prescriptions or they had skipped medication doses due to financial constraints. The primary goal of CMS is to negotiate the most favorable maximum fair price for the prescriptions listed in the release. This could potentially aid patients who possess coverage but still encounter substantial expenses, such as high deductible payments when obtaining their prescriptions. Presently, pharmacy benefit managers responsible for overseeing Medicare prescription plans engage in negotiations for rebates off the listed price of prescriptions. So while these rebates can contribute to reducing the premiums paid by customers for coverage, they may not necessarily translate to lower costs for patients at the pharmacy counter. The new prescription price negotiations is to strike a balance between making medications more affordable and ensuring that pharmaceutical companies can still generate profits. Pharmaceutical entities that decline to participate in the new negotiation process will be subject to substantial taxes. For months, the pharmaceutical industry has been preparing to contest these regulations. Already, the proposed plan is facing legal challenges by prescription manufacturers. Alongside a key lobbying organization, representatives have voiced concerns that pharmacy benefit managers can still curtail access to prescriptions with negotiated prices by repositioning these prescriptions to higher cost tiers within their formulary. So this in turn could lead to elevated out-of-pocket expenses for millions of patients. Pharmacy benefit managers might also stipulate that patients attempt other prescriptions initially or secure approval before their prescriptions are covered. Republican lawmakers have also censured the Biden administration's plan, suggesting that companies might be reluctant to introduce new prescriptions that could become subject to future negotiations. And additional prescriptions may be incorporated into the program in the subsequent years. Earlier this year, the state started removing people from the government health insurance program. The government has estimated that 15 million people, or roughly 1 in 6 of the 84 million on Medicaid, have been kicked off the program. During the crisis, the U.S. government suspended procedures that would remove people from Medicaid. Before the crisis, people would usually lose their Medicaid coverage if they started making too much money to qualify for the program, or if they moved out of state or gained health care coverage through their employer. That stopped once the crisis hit, causing Medicaid enrollment to grow by 5 million between 2020 and 2022. Some advocacy groups are pushing to see that Medicaid be available for more households, but this may be hard for both Republicans and Democrats to agree on. Well, my magnificent and most marvelous friends, that is the end of my daily stimulus update video for today. My dear friends, thank you so much for always being here and for being part of this community. To say thank you, every Friday I will be announcing several winners for the Walmart gift card giveaway. If you would like to enter these weekly giveaway, friends, all you need to do is click and like several of my videos and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you comment on, dearest friends, the greater your chances of winning these giveaways. Thank you and have a wonderful and very blessed week.